Cooking. Cooking, the art of intertwining ingredients and spices to make a dish that your taste buds will enjoy. Whether it was hot or cold, a small snack, or a feast, at some point in your life you have cooked. My parents remember their home economic courses, and I question why these valuable resources weren't offered to my generation. Cooking should be a required course in schools because it teaches students food safety, promotes healthier eating habits, and can influence them to pursue a professional career. First, we'll discuss food safety, then on to healthier eating habits, and finally, we'll discuss the career opportunities that come with cooking skills. Before you can cook a dish, the first step is to always wash your hands. Schools began teaching their students how to cook in the early 19th century, primarily combining other domestic activities. The course was called Home Economics. The Vocational Act of 1963 helped to make home economics more widely available. It provided federal funds for student programs to prepare students for vocationals in fields related to home economics. It taught skills like fixing clothes, planning, and using a budget, but most importantly, it taught children safety skills to know in kitchens. Would your child know how to put out a grease fire or the importance of cross-contamination? Preventing accidental residential fires state that 46% of non-injury house fires were caused by unsafe behaviors. Between 2011 and 2012, unattended cooking equipment were the leading cause of house fires in the U.S. An article by Elizabeth Scott and Nancy Herbold said that foodborne illnesses threatens everyone, especially infants and elderly. It's an estimate that 15,000 cases of foodborne illnesses occur each year, but unreported cases are considered. It's an estimate of 76 million cases and 5,000 deaths occur annually. Children mimic what they see and hear, especially from their parents. Culinary and its safety protocols. Teaching culinary and its safety protocols to students would reduce the curiosity about the stove and eating uncooked chicken because they watch their parents cook it once. Next, we'll talk about the nutrition. We'll talk about how nutrition can improve the child's life. A well-balanced meal should have fruits and vegetables filling half the plate, protein filling a quarter with whole grains and healthy fats. A Big Mac from McDonald's could not fulfill all these requirements. Richard Ragman, author of Catching Fire, states the physics of food matters because our food and food processing techniques are changing the ways we can expect to contribute to obesity crisis thanks to our inability to access real caloric value in our diet. In our grocery stores, we find flour that has been ground ever finer, foods made ever softer, and calories in even greater concentration. Rough breads have been given away to Twinkies, apples to apple juice. Teaching students the proper recipes to understand where their food comes from and how it is cooked. It also teaches skills like meal preparation and relying on something other than fast food or their parents for meals. Common cooking knowledge, for example, is that if you have flour, water, salt, and yeast, you can make bread. Speaking of bread, the students can learn what it takes to become a professional chef and learn to make a profit. The culinary arts pathway is an excellent opportunity for students to learn what goes on behind the scenes of their favorite restaurants. It can influence some to go into the profession. Chef Kevin Green, owner of ChefKevinCulinary.com website, says the artistry in food caught my attention in adolescence and has continued to enchant me ever since. I found myself in home economics class focused on food and nutrition. I came into class early to flip through cookbooks. Before I knew it, I was making baked Alaska and pan-seared chicken. I learned I enjoy working with my hands and being creative, the challenge of developing a skill, and the sport of the kitchen. Chef Kevin earned a degree in diuretics and 15 plus years in the food industry. From fine dining to being a private chef, but in 2017 he became a high school educator to inspire the younger generation just like he was. Now let's talk about why cooking isn't a required course anymore. Home and economics courses disappeared to make way for more academic courses like STEM. Many higher education people believe that the family should be the ones to teach students how to cook. While that may be true, they do not account for families that have both parents working or just a single provider. Often the older child is the caregiver for younger siblings themselves or even their parents. Patricia East and Sharon Hamill, authors of Sibling Caretaking Among Mexican American Youth, says that 1.4 million U.S. children are involved with family caretaking by tending to their physical and mental needs. Whether the child is helping voluntarily or is in a rough environment, students need to learn the basic cooking skills to sustain their needs and those who rely on them. Teaching students the proper way of working in the kitchen can lessen the burden on parents knowing that their child knows safety procedures in case of an emergency. Now let's wrap it up. Teaching students safety within the kitchen should lessen accidents. Learning healthier eating habits will help the students live a better future and may lead to them finding a passion for the art. Alexandria Eden says, "It is not about smart children, it is about happy children, and who have the confidence and courage to learn to pursue things dear to their hearts."